Welcome to another one of Book Lovers Book Videos. So far I've made a few book videos that show books I purchased at used bookstores where I usually go on weekends. This video is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to recommend 4 books. Not going to be book reviews because I don't want to give away too much information about the books. The reader should experience them for the first time like I did without having too many details. Of course, recommendations are very subjective. But these are 4 books that I think are very good, and the reason why I picked these 4 is there's a common theme among them. I like to read about the American West almost exclusively, history, fiction. Sometimes I read some other genres, but mostly it's, again, the American West and usually related to Native Americans in some way. So these 4 books all deal with the transition period for Native Americans in the early 1900s, losing their freedom and trying to live on the reservation or off the reservation. So 3 of them here actually take place in the early 1900s. One of them takes place circa 1890, and I'll do that one last. So the first book here is called Fig Tree John. This book I just finished reading yesterday, actually, and it was really awesome. The author's name is Edwin Corle, C-O-R-L-E, and Edwin, I wrote some notes here, he was born in 1906 and died in 1956, so he didn't live too long. He was 50 years old when he died, and that might have something to do with why he's not more popular today. On the book it says that this was supposed to be made into a motion picture, which never happened, which is too bad, because this was a really awesome book. There was a real Fig Tree John, and this book is not based on him. The real Fig Tree John was I'm not sure how you say it, but Coahuila Indian. He lived in California, and the author changed that Indian to an Apache. He may or may not have known the real story. I'm not sure. Assuming he did or didn't, it doesn't really matter. He had an idea in his head to write about, and the real Indian wouldn't have worked for the story, so he made the Indian into an Apache, and it's really a great story. Too bad the movie wasn't made. This book was printed in the early 1970s, so I'm guessing it's not going to be made at this point. But a really fantastic book, memorable. Towards the end, I was reading a part that I actually couldn't sit. I was pacing while I was reading because it was so good I couldn't even sit. Really tense what was happening. So, really recommend this book. If you could find it somewhere, use bookstore or online, I recommend getting it. The name of the book doesn't sound so interesting, but it belies what's in the book. Fig Tree John is the name that the white people called this particular Apache Indian in the book. That was the nickname they gave him. I'm not even going to tell you his name in the book, his Apache name. I don't want to ruin anything. So, great book. I recommend it. Also, there's a common theme among these books is, great characterizations, religion, trying to get along in a new world, and missionaries and so forth, and meeting people of different faiths. Very interesting if it's done well, and it was in that book. The next book, The Ordeal of Running Standing by Thomas Fall. This book is reprinted by the University of Oklahoma Press. It should be still available in a larger softcover edition. This is by Thomas Fall, and Thomas Fall was a pen name. His real name was Donald Clifford Snow, and he was born in 1917 and died in 1979. This also would make a really great movie. In fact, all of these books I'm going to go through would make great movies. Some of the stories might be a bit complex. They'd have to find a way to shorten them, and that would, of course, ruin them a little bit. But it would just, if it was done well, it would be awesome to see them on the screen. Whereas the other book, Fig Tree John, was about an Apache. This book here is about a Kiowa Indian. I'm not going to give away any of the story, but there's other Indian tribes in it. I thought this book was excellent. I read it a few months ago. I went and bought the Oklahoma Press edition because it was so good. I wanted to have that. So this is my reading copy. Even Fig Tree John, I purchased hardcover and another hardcover in a slipcase because the book was so good. I wanted to have other copies. So two great books right there. Okay, Buffalo Nickel. This is written by C.W. Smith. He was born in 1940. He's still around, going strong, I hope. This book I read last winter, I think it was, and this was really awesome. It's a thick book. I don't want to give anything away. I'm not sure what to say. It was just very like a roller coaster ride. That's how I would explain it. It really took me on an emotional roller coaster ride. I didn't know what to expect, and the story just dragged me in and didn't let go to the end. And I was sad when it ended for multiple reasons. I won't get into personally and emotionally. One thing about this book that was I will say one of the characters turns atheist, which is unique in this genre, even in general, from the books I've read. And being that I don't believe in religion or a God, I was really impressed and really liked this character a lot. And what's odd about it is that Smith teaches at a Southern Methodist college in Texas. So I wasn't expecting it. Well, I mean, even if he put that character in the book, you'd think that maybe the character wouldn't be portrayed very well, but that was not the case. Really excellent book. I don't know what else to say about it. Get it and read it and review it on Amazon and get other people to learn about it. Really fantastic book. Nice cover too. Okay, the last book, Benjamin Capps, The White Man's Road. Capps was born in 1922, died in 2001, not too long ago. He wrote quite a few westerns. His name might be familiar to some people. He also did some writing for Time Life books. Their western-themed series. This book is about a Comanche Indian in circa 1890. Again, I don't want to give away too much about the story, but it was really good. I've read maybe 2 or 3 books by Benjamin Capps. All of them were good, and this one no exception. It says here, winner of the Spur Award for Best Western Historical Fiction, and I could believe it because it really was good. Sometimes I've read books that say they were the winner, and I didn't care for them too much, but this book definitely deserves an award. Really good. So let's just go over these again. So The White Man's Road by Benjamin Capps. Buffalo Nickel, C.W. Smith. The Ordeal of Running Standing by Thomas Fall. Real name, Donald Clifford Snow. And Fig Tree John by Edwin Corle. Great books. Hope you enjoy them if you get them. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.